Digestive problems are increasing. A-Vogel's Molkosan is a Swiss daily digestive tonic that's high in L+ lactic acid to support healthy gut bacteria.
The 21-day Molkosan challenge is well on its way, and we've been learning all about the human gut these past 2 weeks. We have Catherine Day with us this afternoon to discuss the foods we should be eating to maintain a healthy gut. Hi, Catherine.
Hi,
how are you doing?
Good, thanks, and you?
Good. So what is the human gut microbiome? What's it made of, and why do we have it?
So the gut microbiome is a rich ecosystem consisting out of trillions of different bacteria, which play various roles in the body. So the most important roles that it plays is that it actually helps you break down foods that your body doesn't naturally break down, such as fibrous-rich foods or roughage foods. And that's usually found in things like fruits and vegetables and your lentils, chickpeas, and your whole grains. Right. So it helps you break down those foods, which then produces very important nutrients, which regulate the immune system and therefore helping your gut bacteria actually work more optimally.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of talk about fermented foods in the whole wellness movement, and it seems to be the buzzword lately. Why do we need fermented foods, and what type of fermented foods do we need? And is wine included?
Whoa. Okay.
I'm teasing.
So basically, what it is important to do is to actually feed your gut microbiome, and fiber is the one way in which you can do so, which are all those foods I mentioned earlier on. But fermented foods are another way to do so, because through the fermentation process, basically what happens is you create probiotics. And probiotics are the basically good bacteria found in these foods, which help restore your balance of bacteria in your microbiome. Yes, and basically then what happens is that these probiotics actually compete for food and space in your gut, and therefore sort of chase away or evict your harmful bacteria.
Oh, wow, to make room for themselves.
To make room for the more healthy bacteria, and therefore you have a better balance. So your digestion then is a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes, and that helps a lot with your IBS patients who have like cramping and bloating and all those other sort of more terrible gut symptoms.
Yeah. So you've brought along some fermented foods that you're going to take us through.
Yeah, so let's start with the more traditionally South African one.
Amasi. This is called the South African dessert.
Oh, yes. A lot of people say it's obviously quite sour.
Yeah, it is.
But it's a great drink because it's locally available, and it's something you can really add into your way of eating quite easily. A lot of people drink it as a drink.
Just as a drink, yeah.
Yes, and it's high in protein, which is great, as well as high in calcium, and obviously full of probiotics. So you can include that as a beverage instead of drinking fizzy cool drinks. It's a very healthy thing to do. And then you get the benefit of the probiotics. And then one similar to the amasi is your yogurt, which everyone knows. Yes, and that's great as a sort of snack in between meals, or instead of chocolate at night to have a yogurt. And then they're more of the, I think, weirder ones. So kombucha is a type of tea which originated from China, and it's basically a fermented type of tea. The only downside sort of to it is that it's often sweetened with sugar. So better to make it at home with live cultures. Yes. And then the other one we have sauerkraut, which can be eaten like as a side dish with food.
So it's basically cabbage, fermented cabbage.
Fermented cabbage, yes. And it's also a great source of, again, fiber, which is good for your gut, as well as vitamin C. It does have like a sour taste, which some people need to get used to. But again, wonderful probiotic. And then this one is also a cabbage dish, but it's called kimchi. Yes.
Yeah, I love the smell of kimchi.
Oh, it is divine. And it has a little bit of a spicy flavor to it as well. Again, can be added as a side dish to foods and a wonderful source of probiotics. And then the last one we have today is the pickled foods. And these are also best made with water instead of vinegar, because vinegar pickled foods actually don't have any live probiotics in them. So it needs to be made with the culture and then salt, water, and then fermented. The only thing is if you do have high blood pressure, it's something that obviously is going to contribute salt to your diet. So something just to think about as well.
To think about balance.
Yes.
Okay, so and how much of these do we need a week, let's say, if I were to take in fermented foods a week?
So obviously, the more the better, but it is something that you would need to chat to with your healthcare professional because everyone is so different. And people with immune system issues would always need to have probiotics under medical supervision.
Yes.
So best to get individualized advice, but always good to feed your gut bacteria.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for simplifying it for us.
No problem, thanks.
So with just a little knowledge and care for what we put into our bodies, we can transform the way we feel from the inside out. I'm all about that. Now, to stand a chance of winning a spa day for two and Molkosan products to the value of 3,000 Rand, simply start using Molkosan today. Then head to our social media pages and tell us what your digestive issues were and how Molkosan has helped you. And don't forget to use the hashtag Molkosan Challenge. Competition ends Thursday, the 6th of December at 23:59.